Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back playing some FTB Infinity for episode 57. Now today what I want to work on is I want to work on getting more power, because as of right now, although we are producing a lot of power, producing about 10,000 redstone flux per tick right now, I want to produce a lot more. I've got some plans for later on down the line in the series where we are going to need like maybe 100,000 redstone flux per tick. And there are some things that we haven't made yet that use tens of thousands of redstone flux per tick to operate. And if I want to increase the scale of anything that we do, we are going to need a lot of power. Like I said, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of redstone flux per tick. So today, what I want to start doing is I want to start working towards building something that's not a big reactor that can produce us a lot of power. Because although we could just build like 20 more of these and have 200,000 hours per tick, there's no fun in that. We want to do it the fun way. We want to mix it up, do some different generations of power. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by making a bigger mob spawner. And the reason for that is that the next power generation source that I want to make requires a lot of mob drops, and I don't quite think that this little mob spawner that we have here is going to cut it. So we're going to get rid of this one, and we're going to build one that is much, much bigger and much, much funner as well, because this one's kind of like standard, kind of simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the like typical idea of a big dropper mob spawner. For those who are not familiar, the usual kind of mob spawners that people build is they'll build like a big box in the sky, or a big like layered box in the sky, and they'll have a big tunnel where the mobs are pushed towards the middle, they drop down, and then they ground at the bottom. We're going to take that idea and we're going to literally flip it on its head, because as you know, I like to do things a little bit differently, a little bit absurd. We're going to do it where the mobs start at the bottom, move up to the top, and are then killed. And what I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and made another room in our base, as I constantly do. We keep making new rooms. We've got it here, coming off the corridor there. Our big reactors are just behind that wall. And I have made a little indentation here, a little 3x3 drop that goes about 30 blocks down. The mob's going to start by spawning somewhere down here, and they're going to be moved upwards through the air, as if by magic, up to here, and then killed by a grinder, at which point we will get all of our stuff. So, how are we going to do that? Well, it is actually magic. We are going to use a block from Thaumcraft. I believe it's a new block in one of the newer versions of Thaumcraft 4, and that is the Arcane Levitator. It's found under the Artifice tab, and it's fairly simple to make. It's made using an Earth Shard, an Air Shard, a Night Ore, 2 iron, and 4 Great Wood planks. I went ahead before the episode and made 9 Night Ore, so we should be able to go ahead and make 9 of these, and you'll see why we're making 9 in just a second. And what I also went ahead and did, if we quickly grab a pickaxe, I'll take the a normal axe. I'll grab the iron one here. Is I went ahead and grew a great wood sapling. We had one in our system, so I went ahead and planted one down. I wasn't sure whether or not it was going to grow by the time the episode started. Oh my gosh, strange whisperings reveal a secret to you. We got like 1 air. We got like next to nothing. I wasn't sure if it was going to grow, but we do have a few more kind of out here in the distance. So if you look around, if you're trying to play along with me here, great wood saplings and great wood trees shouldn't be all that hard to find, although they do take a couple of minutes to grow up, and you can't use bone meal on them for whatever reason. I think it's just to make them a little bit harder to get. But basically the way we're going to start this here is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab a couple of these, and what I'll do is we'll make 1 of the Arcane Levitators here on camera, and I'm going to go ahead and make 8 more of them off camera, and we'll come back to kind of show you how it's all going to come together. So we'll stick 4 of these down in the corners. We'll then go ahead and grab ourselves some air shards, as well as some earth shards, like so. And then we'll stick those down, say, here and here. We'll also grab some iron, like so. We've got 19,000 iron. Not going to run out of that anytime soon. Boom and boom. And you'll see that if we look in here again, in the Thermonomicon, we need 10 air and 5 terra for each one of these, which means if we need 9 of them, we need 90 air and 45 terra. I think we have all of that in our system. We have 85 air and an 88 terra, so almost there. We need like about 3 more of these, I guess, to go in. That should get us 2 apiece. Yeah, that should be more than enough. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Boom. No? Okay, so I went ahead and got a little bit more great wood, and it turns out the reason why that didn't work is because that is not at all how it's done. I got a bit ahead of myself, assuming that it was an infusion crafting recipe. It is not. It is, in fact, an arcane crafting recipe, and the 10 air and 5 terra have to be within my wand. Thankfully, we have our full alchemically crowned blood wand, so we should just be able to do something like this. If we throw all these in like so, do something like this, that gets us Boom, 9 arcane levitators. Nice. And then that's going to go ahead and start to pull from our AE system. You can see it's already starting to fill back up. It should do... And there we go, 2563. Yep, the air and the terror are already starting to fill back up from our blood network. And we'll realize when our blood network is empty if we start to lose HP. But that's fine. It won't take us below 3 hearts, I think it is. And basically, the way that these work, for those who don't know, again, is they just levitate. If you go over them, they push you up. You can see we're levitating right here. And the reason why I've made 9 of them is because, A, that fills up the hole, like so. But I'm also going to make a few more. Hopefully this doesn't, like, destroy it. It didn't. Good stuff. I'm also going to make a few more because if you stack these, then you actually get a bigger effect from them. So right now, if I just do this, I put all these down. Careful here. Oh, that's not good. And we put all these down like so. And that's... What did the 9... Did I actually destroy it? Did I destroy one of them? Accidentally there? But you'll see it doesn't quite go all the way up here. And if we go back into the Thermonomicon real quick and take a look at the entry, you'll see that it says down here, each levitator placed down upon each level placed upon another increases the range at which it lifts the entities by 10 blocks. So a stack of 3 can lift entities by 30 blocks. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have 3 layers of those arcane levitators, which should push any mobs that are onto them all the way up to this level here. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go away again. I'm going to make 20-some... I'm going to make a bunch more of them. And, well, I'm going to make 19 more of them, should I say. I'll be back in a second. And a little while later, once we have all of the extra arcane levitators, what we should be able to do is stand at the bottom and float all the way straight up to the top. So let's give this a try. We're going to fall down. I've left this section purposefully. There we go, empty. But now if we just stand here, look at that. Boom. Float all the way back up to the top. It is absolutely awesome. So, the last thing I want to do here before we actually start to put down some cursed earth, which is what we're going to use, by the way, we're going to set up a bunch of actual layers with all of this cursed earth and with conveyor belts to make this work. But before we do that, I would like to test this with an actual mob. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a safari net. There's one here from Mine Factory Reloaded. It's kind of the same as the reusable one, but it's single use. Once you put the mob down, the safari net will break. And we're also going to go ahead and make the grinder that we're going to use to kill the mobs. And in this case, we're going to use a grinder that we haven't used before. We're going to use the grinder from Draconic Evolution. It's a bit more expensive. It requires a Draconic core, which is 4 Draconian ingots, diamond, and 4 golden ingots, although we do have what it takes to make it, as well as another Draconium ingot, a furnace, which I think the only thing we don't have there. 2 diamond sword actually is also something we don't have, but we can go ahead and make 2 of those fairly easily, and then do something like that. Nice. So we'll go ahead and throw you down over here. This thing does require power. Thankfully, we have a big reactor very nearby, so we're going to put that down there. And as I do that, I'm fairly certain that it has to be put down this way, with like the skull facing the mobs you want to kill. And then we need to give it power. Do we have any tesseracts lying around? And also, where in the world has my stuff gone? Let me just check my sounds up there. They are. Where is my wireless access terminal is the question I wanted to ask there. Okay, so a little while later, by the way, if you want to go down on these levitators, just hold shift while you're over them. It does take a little while, but what I've gone ahead and done is I've laid out an example floor of what one of our layers is going to look like. It's going to look like this, and basically the idea is that just like a typical mob spawner, is that going the right way? It is. I have those animations turned off just to save on a little bit of server-side lag, but we'll throw these down like this, and we're basically going to have it look very similar to a traditional mob spawner on the inside. Also, we can't get up when we do that. Just gotta be careful of that. But, oh, nope, come on, there we go. We're gonna have these coming off on every section. Come on, there we go. We have those, like, all around. I'll put that one down in a second. We're gonna have them coming off this way, like that, and then this way, and this way. And you get the idea. They're going to be coming off all the sides there, and then the rest of the little quadrants that we have around here are all going to be replaced with cursed earth. Now, you'll notice I only made the roof too high. The reason I only made it a too high roof is so that we don't get things like endermen spawning in. The only things I'm really interested in are zombies and creepers. We will get spiders, but we can always find a use for string and spider eyes at some later point down the line. The brains we can use for our nutrient distillation that we're using to kill the wither and use the killer Joe and that kind of stuff. And the creepers, the gunpowder that we get, is what we're going to use for our next source of power generation. So, if I was to really quickly go and make myself a tesseract, which we do almost have, I did go ahead and make a tesseract frame and fill it, we should be able to power the mob grinder, and then we should be able to test to see if this thing works. So I will take you. Don't really need too much more dirt, so we can throw that on the floor. Let's stick you in there, and let's see. We should have, I think, almost everything apart from maybe some bronze. So I'll take a bit of that. We've got, like, I think maybe the flux flue? nausea. I'm not quite sure why we've got nausea, but I don't like it. We're going to take a tesseract here. We are charging up our drill here, which is good. I had to do that like 5 times during the course of this episode, digging out that big hole downstairs. We're going to start to 1, Isaac's power, and we're also actually going to go ahead and grab ourselves a zombie or something along those lines. So we'll just kind of pop in here, and I'm just going to take you. I would prefer a creeper, because a creeper is what we're like kind of hoping for here. But we will take a zombie, because zombies are going to begin there as well. There we go. We can just pop out. Nice, nice, nice. And if we don't want to get attacked by the spider, I did actually go ahead and grab the frost focus, so we can just do this. There we go. Would you look at that? And I also think that we have a chance of getting blood shards when we kill things with this wand as well. I got a blood shard earlier when I killed like a witch out in the wild. I'm going to switch that back to potable hole real quick. We've still got nausea. Is it because we're hungry? Is it the hunger that's causing that? Do we need like more apples, or just move this onto our hotbar with the apples? Is that gonna fix stuff? Hopefully. Jeez. All right. Let's do something like this. Let's get rid of this one. Come on. Oh, the levitators are moving me. These things are a bit of a pain to work with, I will admit. But we'll get rid of that. We'll stick you there. We'll set that to... Okay. Just going to ignore that. We're going to put that there. Set it to power 1 and give it a tick. And that should fill that up, which it has done. That thing is now full on juice, which is good. And if we go all the way down... Oh, there's a creeper there with a hat on. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. We can just kind of see... Oh, well, there's a wall there blocking that guy from kind of truly showing off what's happening. But eventually there won't be a gap there for him to fall in. But if we release... Oh, come on now. Oh, you can all come with me. Hi. Hi there. How you doing? Having fun? Yeah, we're going to go up here. You're going to die. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna move out of the way. But you can see they are dying. If we put this zombie down like here... It floats up, it gets killed by the grinder, it then drops all its stuff. The next thing we're going to have to make is a vacuum hopper, because unlike a normal grinder, like the one we have over here, it doesn't like pull the items in and spit them out the back like this one's doing. Why do we have nausea? Is it, I left some flux, I think, in here. Is that causing it? Maybe? It can't be the hunger anymore. Let me get rid of that. I hope that's like it, because otherwise I have no idea what's causing us this nausea. Are we holding on to something here? I don't think we are. But we're getting it repeatedly. I do apologize. I have no idea what's causing that. But the vacuum hopper, the chronic grinder doesn't actually drop them. So we are going to need a vacuum hopper to actually go ahead and pick up all the items that are dropped. We're just missing the hopper, which is fairly easy to make. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And what we'll do whilst we're up here is we'll go ahead and grab ourselves our Silk Touch shovel and grab just a little bit of the cursed earth in here. Actually, let's go ahead and turn this off. Like so. I completely forgot that we had that function until now when I wanted to get in there. And let's just fly in here a second. And let's just not get killed by you if you wouldn't mind going that way. Keep going that way. Nope, that wrong. Okay. Wow. What? What? What killed me there? We have to... Oh, did we lose? Oh, we did. Ooh. Oh, I thought we might have lost our stuff there, but we haven't. It's there. It's in the thing. Yep. We're going to die, aren't we? Flipping, where is that witch? Is she, like, in the flipping... Oh, my God. It's been, like, what, 30 episodes since we last died, and we just died twice in, like, the space of 10 seconds? What? Do we have, like, any chest plates? We've got an iron chest plate. You know what? What the heck? We'll put that on. I'm gonna sneak in the back over here and see if we can get away with this without the flipping guys over there spawning in and killing us. Where the heck is that witch? No! Jeez, we lost a bunch of stuff. Oh gosh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Let me out. We didn't lose any of our wyvern armor, which makes me feel good. We did lose our angel ring, so we can't fly, which is a real pain in the backside. We're going to die again. What the heck? No, we're not. Whew. Jeez, what was that about? What? There's a witch somewhere that's throwing potions at us, and I have no idea where she is. Anyway, let me go ahead and grab some cursed earth real quick. We'll take 3 from there, and we'll take 3 from there. And what we're going to do is we're going to head on downstairs. We got to be careful right now. We can't fly. I'm going to have to make another angel ring between episodes here. That was not good at all. I think we also... Did we lose the shovel? We did. Thankfully, we don't actually need it to pick up the cursed earth. So let's go ahead and just float down very casually, like this. I'm going to go ahead and fill in these holes for now. But basically, the idea is that little floor that we have at the bottom, we're going to probably have like 10 or 15 of those going all the way up to the top here so that we have like just a ton of space for mobs to spawn in, for mobs to get pushed around, and then for mobs to come back. So let's try not to keep getting pushed up. Hopefully, if anyone knows what's causing this nausea, by the way, be sure to let me know. If you could just kind of walk over there. There we go. Goodbye. I love that. All right, I'm going to go away, guys. I'm going to fix up all of these conveyor belts. I'm going to put down a little bit of cursed earth. We're going to wait and see if it's going to actually go ahead and spread. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so a little while later, and this is what we have. We have a few mobs getting out here, which is a problem we are going to go ahead and solve in just a second. Is that an invisible mob? No, it's not. We don't have nausea anymore, which is good. I remade my angel ring so we can fly again, which is nice. And we're starting to get some mobs spawn down here. If I quickly go down and show you, I put down a little bit more cursed earth. Some of it's spread kind of nicely all around the place down here. And you can see mobs are starting to float up, as you can see there. And they should get killed pretty much instantly by this grinder over here. And with all of its stuff kind of just floating around and then being deposited into here, which we're then going to have either go into a chest. And what I'm probably going to do is set up a couple of deep storage units. Actually, I think we'll do that in just a second to store all of our stuff, because we are probably going to get a ton from this, because right now we have just one layer, and we're going to, of course, make about 10 more of those as things go. But before we do that, I'll probably do that between episodes, because that's going to be just a lot of grinding. But before we do that, one thing I do want to address is the mobs being able to get out. Because right now you can see that spider just escaped. So what we're going to do for this is we're actually going to make a block from extra utilities called ethereal glass. Actually, I think we're going to make ineffable glass just because it looks a little bit nicer. But if we go ahead and type in glass, and we look over here, you can see this glass up here, this ineffable glass, is made using thickened glass and one unstable ingot, which we have ready to go over here, or we will have ready to go in a second. I just used this to make the angel ring, by the way, which is why we have it all in our inventory. We'll use that in just a second. But before then, we're going to need some thickened glass, which is actually really easy to make. It's just some smelted sanding glass, and sanding glass is just glass and sand. So I'll take a few of those. Each one of these gets us 4, so we're probably going to need a few. I'll make 2 sets for now, but I think we are going to need more than that eventually. But we'll put all that sand in there, let that all smelt up. And basically what ineffable, or I believe in ethereal, I believe these both do the same. I think the ineffable one just has like a nice connected texture. Basically what these do, and they're both like pretty much the same, this one just requires thickened glass as opposed to normal glass, is they let you pass through the glass, but mobs can't. So you can see through it, you can pass through it, but mobs can't, which means that we can fly in and do whatever the heck we want to do in there, but the mobs cannot, which is pretty flippin' cool. So I might as well actually go ahead and grab those. I'm going to put the specific amount in here so I can just shift click to pull it out. Let's do that. Let's quickly pull it out. Let's put you there. Let's surround it with glass real quick. We don't have enough glass to make 2 of them. Oh my gosh, we died. Okay. That's not too bad. We should have got at least 1 there. I thought we had enough glass. It turns out we didn't. Let's put all of our armor back on. Let's go ahead and throw down our other angel ring. Did I leave one in here? Oh, look at that one there. Just being a pain in the backside. Alright, let's try that one more time. Let's go with 1 iron, 1 diamond, 1 of you. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay, that gets us 8 ineffable glass. And if we head on back down to our mob spawner, which should be doing fairly well, what we can do is we can stick this stuff down like this. Actually, we have more than enough. And now we can walk through it. But if we go down and lure some mobs up, but of course right now it does help if we lure some mobs in, but eventually when there's enough cursed earth and enough layers, we should just have like a constant stream of mobs coming up like this. And if we go through our glass here, we should see that no one can pass through. Even if the spiders try, they cannot do it. Everyone is just hidden behind this glass. They also can't walk through the vacuum hopper, so everything is good here. And if we go ahead and make ourselves some deep storage units, which for those who don't know are just like Baubles but can store a ton of stuff, although they are particularly expensive, we can go ahead and start storing some of this. So deep storage units. So from Mine Factory Reloaded, it's made using 4 plastic sheets, 4 of these reinforced strong boxes, which are pretty hard to make, all things considered. They're just kind of long, really, I guess. But we'll go ahead and make a few of these. Didn't really want to use my great wood logs, but that's fine. And then we'll go ahead and make a bunch of these. That gets us... They don't stack. Oh, this is so annoying. They are a massive pain to make. We'll make 1 for now. And again, I'll probably make a bunch more of these deep storage units off camera here. But then we'll go ahead and turn those into those. That gets us 1. We need 4. Seriously, we don't have any invar lying around? That's a surprise. We'll grab some ferrous and some iron. Smelt it all up in our little alloy smelter over there. I'm not too bothered about making like a full stack of Invar. We've got 21,000 iron, and we've got like, I don't know, say 500 Invar or ferrous. Sorry, so we've got enough stuff. We're not going to run out of iron and ferrous anytime soon. So let's do that. That gets us 2, 3. We need 1 more of those, like so. Then that's going to get us 1 of those. Then we need, what is that? More hardened glass or fused quartz. We should have a fair bit of quartz here, and that we do. So let's go and do that. You can go in there. Jeez. I thought we had more materials on this, in all fairness. Like, I thought we had enough hardened glass, and I thought we had enough Invar to go ahead and make 1 of them. It turns out we did not. Thankfully, this isn't too hard to make. The Tesseract, ooh, it's not a Tesseract frame. It's an resonant energy cell frame. I thought that was a Tesseract frame for some reason, but it is not. Not even a little bit. One thing we can do is we can do 1, 2, 3, and I think we just threw some quartz glass in. No, we didn't. We can go 1, 2, 3, and 4. That gets us that. We then should have some resonant ingots lying around. Some enderium ingots, sorry, to get ourselves that. So, all we need now is 3 more of these guys, which, in all fairness, shouldn't be that bad. And there we have it. We get 4 at a time, which I actually forgot. You get 4 every time you make a recipe of deep storage units. So, we should, I think 4 might be enough, actually, to keep all of the items that we want. We're probably going to go ahead and bin all of the ones we don't want. You can see this thing's pretty much already filled up, which is lovely. And let's just go and do something like this. Pull this out. I would very much like an even number of things, if at all possible, because it only makes it nice and symmetrical. But for now, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a server. Or we'll go ahead and grab the one off our current mob spawner, which is not doing anything right now. So I will just take you. Thank you very much. And that should be able to pull everything out, send it where it needs to go. And everything should be good. Okay, so we'll put you... Oh, for this, we have to go ahead and just click on here. Click on the side we want it to extract from. There we go. That should then, if we kind of break this and put it back down, connect, I think. I'm pretty sure you can pull straight out of these. Yes, you can. We'll then put you there. Boom. I think you do have to extract still like that. And that should start to put stuff where it needs to go. Now, I do want to specify that I want gunpowder and zombie brains to be at the forefront here. I don't want one for string. We'll put gunpowder in this one, like so. String is probably one we're going to trash, maybe. Bones we might keep, because bone meal is always nice. But zombie brains and gunpowder, and you know what, we'll do bones as well for now. And I think the rest we will probably bin. So let's just do something like this. And we'll put a trash can down on the end there. And that should go ahead and it should put everything in the right deep storage unit if it can. So it should keep all of the gunpowder, all of the zombie brains, and all of the bones. And then everything else, it should just go ahead and trash for the time being. Like I said, what I might do is make a couple more deep storage units between now and next episode so we can go ahead and keep a few more of the things. Like I would like to be able to keep string if at all possible. But we'll stick you down right about... I guess just on there for now, and that should make sure that all that stuff isn't just bouncing around over there aimlessly, and everything should go to where it needs to be. But that is the plan, guys. This is the mob spawner that we have, and you know what? I'm gonna go away now. I'm gonna actually go ahead and build this whole thing. I said I was gonna do it between episodes, but you know what? I'd like to have a nice finished product by the end of this episode. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh my goodness! What the heck? Jeez, that's a lot of mobs. I'm gonna go and do something like this. I'm gonna block off this bottom section here. Do we have our builders one? We do. I'm gonna block off this bottom section so mobs can't float up whilst I'm working here. And I'm gonna... Oh, the levitators work through blocks? What? What? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build all of the layers for all of the mob spawners here. Well, they don't work through blocks. Good. I'm gonna build all the layers for all the mob spawners, and we're gonna see just how much stuff we end up getting from this. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a couple of hours later, I've gone ahead, I've dug out all of the rooms, I've put down all of the dirt, I put down all of the conveyor belts, I put down a couple of pieces of cursed earth, I waited a few hours for the cursed earth to pass and turn it from dirt into cursed earth, and now we have something that looks like this. We have quite a lot of layers, we have a ton of mobs flying all the way up from all across these layers, we have some weird lights that are spawning on some of the levels. I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be here. There's not... Oh, jeez, if I can... Yeah, let me in. I just want to get into one of the layers. There we go. Come on. No, there we go. Yeah, this is weird, like, light spots. Then there's nothing actually there. But if I was to go ahead and... let's see if I can grab some blocks here. If I was to go ahead and, like, cover them up, they do go out. But then they come back. Like, you see that light just went out there. And it got dark in the room. But then, in a few seconds, the light kind of pops back in. which is really weird. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Look there, we just pop back in. I have no idea what that is. If anyone knows what that is, feel free to tell me. Oh my gosh, there's so many mobs in there. I'm just going to move out of the way. Jeez, there's a lot of mobs getting spawned in. We are getting a nice amount of gunpowder, zombie brains, all this stuff, and everything else is being trashed. I have no idea what's causing those light things. If you do know what's causing that, feel free to tell me down in the comment section below. On your way down there, be sure to hit like if you did enjoy the video, and I will see you guys next time.